Hi gang, welcome back to Hither Green TMD in O gauge. Back to some modelling again. Hopefully you saw yesterday I put up a little short video showing this 08 shunter and the weathering effects that I've achieved on it. Now the cabs aren't finished yet. I've repainted the black and yellow wasp stripes. I'm not going to be doing that again, not in a hurry, because I wanted the fatter black stripes, unlike what Dapol had painted it with. Vast improvement for the shunter that I'm modelling here, which is 08854, a Selhurst allocated. Had been Eastleigh as well, but with high level pipes which I'm waiting to arrive in the post, and the transfers which I'm waiting for. But the body itself I have done. Now I've been practicing on this one. It's techniques that I've not used totally in the past, so it was a bit of an experiment and I'm happy with how it's come out. So I'll just put that there for a second. What we're going to do is, on this one, I'm going to take you through what I've done on that one, so you can hopefully achieve the effect. Minimal airbrushing, it's not totally airbrushed. The varnish coat was airbrushed on, and a bit of shading that I've done first off with the airbrush, but you don't have to do that part of the weathering process, although you will need to seal this. Now you can do that with an aerosol can version of varnish or whatever if you haven't got an airbrush, but you will need to seal it afterwards. So first things first, put that back over there. I've got a tidying up job to do because there is no room for me to swing a cat, especially on my workbench. Time for some cleaning.
One eternity later.
Well guys, now the bench is clear, we can make a start. So I'm going to bring you down here a bit closer and you can see what we're going to do to this 08. This is where we're going to start. On this 08 we have flat steel doors with hinges. Now I've already shaved them off with the flat bladed scalpel. Done that a long time ago, just never took it any further. I want the pressed steel doors, not the flat steel doors, so I measured the thickness of the moulding on top of the flat door on the other 08 and it worked out at 0.3 of a millimetre. And here I've got some 0.3 of a millimetre styrene sheet, purchased cheaply from eBay. However, for some reason the Chinese person that sent it, it did come from China because it was the cheapest way to get it. The only place I could find anywhere near local that I could get it. Considering how far away it is, it's not very good to show, is it? But anyway, that aside, it was rolled up and then put in a flat envelope. So obviously it got squashed and marked and everything else, but I do think I can salvage enough of the flatter areas to make do on the doors. Fingers crossed. So the first thing I'm going to be doing on this 08 is removing the door handles. I'm going to measure from the tops. I'm going to compare it to the photograph of where I want them in relation to everything else. The advantage is these doors don't get touched. They remain the same on the earlier and later versions. So now I shall go and grab my photograph, compare this, and with my rule measure down from the tops of the doors where I expect all these handles to go back on. So what I can see from this model and this photo of 08474, which is what I'm going to make it, the door handles are all in the same place. Two across here, those two doors, same on that one. And if I go to the other side of the Loco, we have only the end door with the horizontal one and all the other handles in the same place. So yep, a quick measure and I can then remove the handles. So what I've measured is the horizontal handles. The centre line for those is 7.5 millimeters from the top of the door, and the top of the holes for the vertical handrails are 9 millimeters from the top of the door. So with that noted, I can find in my drawer hopefully a nice little flat bladed screwdriver that'll hook them out. We'll try this one. I'm just going to stick that under the end and ease them out, just like that. So I'm going to put them on there so I don't lose them. I'm going to do this to both doors on both sides. So there we have all the handles off. I've measured the doors on the other Loco, and the panels on the front are for the more wider engine bay doors. They are required to be 16.5mm wide, and for all the other doors at the front are 12mm wide. So we're going to start here. My verniers are set to 16.5. Unfortunately the pointy end is a bit broken, so I'm going to use the depth gauge end, hence the piece of wood. So I'm going to slide that onto there, butt up the styrene sheet to it so it's nice and accurate, and at the end here, with a bit of lead in my pencil, I'm going to mark the 16.5. Now this is for the 4 engine bay doors. Now in drawing them up, this bit of wood is straight enough. I can't find my rule at the minute, so just line that up there and there, and that is where I'm going to cut it, hopefully straight with my scalpel. Firm and steady. That's it. With 17mm, a little bit wide, allowing for discrepancies. So how does that fit on the door? Up to the hinge. That fits nicely between the hinge and the latch. Yeah, it's definitely, that's a little bit too wide. So I'm going to try and shave off the pencil line. I can see the pencil line on there still, so I'll just run it down there. Just take that tiny little bit off. It's 16.5, and then if we can compare that on the door of the Loco, 16.5. Much better. So I'm going to go and get the other Loco, measure the depth of the door that I need, and we'll do it all again. So now I have 4 doors that fit nicely in the verniers, all the same size, 2 of which will go on each side. 1, 2, glued down in place, and they'll be ready for painting once you get the door handles on. I'm going to use just ordinary styrene cement. I'm going to glue the shiny side, but I'm going to just gently key it with a bit of 1000 grit, and we'll probably key the door panels as well, just to make sure that the glue's got something to grip hold of. Put a bit of 1000 grit on a piece of leather here just to give me a little bit more. I'm just going to rub it up over doors. Just so it's not perfect, and then on the shiny side do the same on there as well. Now that I'm unclogged, I'll just liberally coat this area with the glue. I reckon that will be enough. I'll just spread what's there. Shut the shiny side down into the glue. Line it up in the middle of the door. Up a touch. There we go, I reckon. There is where I want it. Put my magic eyes on so that I can see them. Oh yeah. Yeah, spot on there. Perfect. And then for this door, and if my head pops in, I do apologise, I'm trying not to. Oh, in the shot. And I'm going to use a cotton bud where I've tidied them up too. Just to clear any excess glue from where it's visible. That is that side done, and I shall now repeat the process on this side. And there's those 2 doors. Now I'll do these 3 and the 3 on the other side. I'm not going to bother to show you all of that because you can see exactly what I've done on this side, and it will be exactly repeated on the other side. So now we have the pressed steel doors on both sides, all slightly different sizes just to make it fun. I'm going to leave this video here as part 1. We're going to continue part 2, and I'll have the door handles on. We'll do a couple of modifications and then we'll get it sprayed. That'll be video number 2, which will be out very soon. And we'll get this one all weathered up and looking hopefully pretty good, I reckon, by the time we've gone through this. So enjoy modelling, and I'll see you very soon. See ya.